Okay, here we go. Alright, my name is Jonny Robato. This is Warframe.
You have new quests in
Of
your
course.
codex.
Sound alerts. It seems like your sound alerts browser source is offline. I'll figure that out later, I guess. Oh shit. Oh man, trying to figure all this stuff out is weird. Okay, anyway. At the very least I know how to do this. Stream. Just press the button and start, man. Okay, man. What am I doing here? I got my void rig going, right? Void rig, got this done right here, boom. The weapon pod's almost done. Engine's almost done. And then my void rig or necromech. Yeah. I'll be rolling with that necromech. Booyah! Freaking love it. Okay. Now I need field drawing and stuff. And I'm actually gonna start using this guy over here. Equip right here. Boban. Upgrade. Upgrade. Oh, you know what? That's what I was gonna do. Yeah, okay, it's time I do this now. The kit gun. You know what, let me finish this up right here. Bloop, bloop. Right here, bloop, bloop, bloop. Bleep, bloop. Yeah. Okay. Navigation. I think I can. Sortie, I'll do that after. Actually, let me do this first here. Right here, bloop. And then right over here, bloop. Okay, so fast travel to grandmother.
That's quite enough. Foolish old woman, snap out of it. I'm sorry, dear. Were you saying something?
4 mother tokens.
Oh, yes. Unfog the mind and unclog the bowel. Excellent. Dutiful and prompt.
Do I get anything for this, man? What the hell is this for?
Don't fret, dear. We'll find another way, shall we?
Alright, 2 grandmother tokens. I'm left with 2 sons. Okay, boom.
May you have much joy of it.
Now, trade token for Charlie standing. 2 of the grandmothers. Boom. 3,000. Boom. Oops. Boom. Damn it. Boom. Redeem. Boom.
Thank you, dear. Very kind.
Now I have
Go on, dear.
40,500. 100 times 300. So let me go ahead and do this here.
Such a mess they've made. And I suppose it's down to you and I to tidy up.
Nah.
Maybe scurry back quick.
Let me go over here first. Fast travel to tax.
Mining isn't my only interest. I'm also interested
Unearth
in mining.
citrine. Ooh. That's how you do it, huh? Okay. O-Tech. No.
Shrewd. A player. I like it.
Trapezium. And this one. 8,000 standing. Okay. Okay.
Well, hoot.
I'll get some more right now.
I can do
Boom.
great things with this.
Boom. Boom.
Mining is good. You're a
Okay.
good miner, Chip. Keep on mining.
Now we go
See
over
you
here.
again, Chip.
Fast travel to father. Partial position.
Look at you.
Boom.
So, uninfested.
Boom. That should be good
Works
enough
for
right
me.
there. Partial position.
Okay. I guess don't go getting infested now.
Fast travel to daughter.
There are fascinating things
this
down in the
right here.
exocrine. Grotesque, yes, but survival.
And then cut
The
fish.
exocrine is just, you know where to find me.
Whatever. Fast travel to sun.
You do well to listen to my grandmother from time to time. Oh, she was never a soldier or a scientist. Sometimes I think that freedom from stricture is what makes her. Am I to understand from your swagger that you intend to venture out there and bring something exotic in here? Excellent. Let's talk equipment.
Purple slide.
I look forward to your return. Oh hey, as you wish.
Browser wares. Oh, okay. This is like you get those. Okay. I'm gonna save up for the very last one right here for this one, or maybe this one. Nope, this one. Maybe this one. Yeah. It's purchased into a pen, gotcha polarities. I think this goes through the spine.
The Atmos pulsing today, friend. Just smell those
Oh,
pheromones.
this is cool right here.
Bring me back a little something. What do you say?
Let's go into procedures.
See you around.
Fast travel to Lloyd. What do you got for Lloyd? Well, I can't go in there, I guess. Fast travel to grandmother.
You and I, as you wish.
Then get 2 more of these. Mother and daughter. Okay, boom. And then this one here is 10 of the father. Boom, boom. Okay, exchange. Recount your adventures. I would need 9 of the father, 9 of the daughter.
Oh well, can't be helped.
Right here. Boom, 4,500. And boom, right there. 1,000. 1,000? So that means only 3,500? Oh, okay. Yeah, good enough. Whatever.
I'll be right here,
Travel
gathering
to
dust.
mom, boom. Bouncy.
You are here to so
Nope.
be it.
Bouncy. Nope. Try sending.
I am
Go.
open to dialogue.
And boom, we're here. Yep. Easy peasy. Okay, continue.
Earning the trust of this family is
What do I
no
get from
small
this one?
thing.
Should I get the trum?
Small thing.
Oh, let's get the trapezium. Yeah. Pass this blueprint sold by O-Tech and Necro. Okay, so. Or should I get the trum now? No, but I still gotta get the other parts for that one, so I'll just stick with this one. Ooh. What now?
Your work proceeds, my son. Clearly you thrive in isolation.
Outside your control, shackling me was never going to work.
Shackling? You contaminated the family and yourself. You had to be protected from these mad urges.
You were worried about me? Thank you for the overdue recognition.
Your restrictions will be eased. Slightly. I name you Kermeros, the runner who outstrips his own shadow.
Ooh. Okay, anyway, try to standing. Rank up. So I need 70,000.
Let us negotiate.
Okay, it's one son, one father. I need Arioli and Zarim.
Yes.
And to get that, I'm gonna go to son, capture.
Poor
No, not capture.
thinks this family
browse
may yet
wares.
have a future. Monotony
Adiolis.
is bearable. Hope? That'll kill you.
I need. Zarim and Arioli. Okay, it's right here. Which is 4,000 and then 4,000. So I'm gonna need 8,000. So a lot of vault rooms basically. Helmet segment blueprint. Ooh, nice. Okay. This is just to feed the helmet, huh? Transfer of new abilities to your Warframes. Cool. Purple Velocipad tag. Velocipad. Purple Velocipad tag. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, finally got to this one. Now,
Indeed.
let me go check this out here.
Bye for now, you shiny thing.
Fast travel, son. No.
I shall
Fast
languish.
travel to Lloyd. No. Fast travel to Otek.
Chip, we are good for...
Unearthed citrine.
You know about citrine? And Belric and Radia?
do you
I
get this?
love that story. Lloyd says it isn't true, though. Boo.
Rania
I
crystal
did not
fragment.
say that, Otak. I merely said that it has been significantly embellished.
Stepfloss blueprint. The energy projectile bursts forth from the Stepfloss, grows as it rushes. Stepfloss. Secondary kinship. Wow, buffing ally warframes plus 100% critical chance per buff. On status effect, chance to trigger second random status effect. Surface damage resistance. On reload, deal increased damage per round loaded based on magazine size. Casting resistance has the next 30 abilities will not cast energy. Step close. So how do you get these? Damn. Energy projectile bursts forth from Stepfloss and grows as it rushes towards enemies. The projectile duration increases when it hits an enemy. When citrine fires the Stepfloss, its projectile speed increases. Citrine. So how do you get citrine? A small fragment of Belric's crystal from Tiana Pass on Mars. Tiana Pass on Mars. So is that how you get it?
We will build the future.
Oh shoot. It's falling that quick. Or maybe it's updating. Oh, okay. 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 So now let's go to here. Let's get that splat. Maybe I could get a strong weapon now. Even then, I'm
You
gonna need
have new
some
quests
ribbons.
in your codex.
Fast travel, no, navigation. Fortuna. And then right here, go to Utico.
Make it quick. What's it gonna be?
Solaris United 10,500. Rank up.
Solaris United don't trust easy.
So I need 100,000. Okay, so that should be that hard to get.
And we.
So let's go ahead
Moving on.
and trade
There's work if you want it.
21,000. Well, not today then, I guess. 21,000 limit. So let's go to fast travel to Smoke Finger. Trades for large standing. Boom, 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 boom. 7,900. Boom, boom. Okay. So where am I at now? 36,400. Damn, not even close. All right. Rank 3, rank 4. All right, let's go mine. That's what I gotta do.
Outworlder, we gonna do this? Copy that. Keep a shiny side up, Sparky.
Solo. And let's put this up right here.
Status check on coolant flow. And mind it doesn't off-gas! Oi, I got work if you can keep your mouth shut.
It's a dub.
You there? Yeah? Listen carefully. I came to Japan as part of a secret investigation, so the local police can't find out that I
understand. I promise I won't tell anyone I met. Of course, that includes my father.
Please excuse me.
It's just as I thought. Anyway, I don't want the police to know that I've come into contact with an FBI agent either. If my father ever found out, there's no doubt he'd let Elle know. It's obvious that he doesn't suspect me. And as for the police, I'm sure they'll treat this as just another unfortunate accident.
Hey, welcome back.
What a day.
Ray, what's the matter? Something happened, didn't it? I've never heard you sigh like that.
Yeah. The bus I was on
Let's walk down and calms up. Now, no time for a break.
Robbed the bank 2 days ago. I guess he wanted to try taking on a bus today. I didn't think this kind of thing happened here.
So you were already riding the bus when the hijacker got on?
Yeah. And in the end, the guy freaked out, jumped off the bus, and got hit by a car.
Did he die?
Yeah, probably. I couldn't really stick around to see what happened to him.
You know, it's a little hard to believe that that was all a coincidence, don't you think?
What do you mean?
Think about it. You got on that bus because you were investigating, right? And now you're telling me that this criminal is most likely dead. Doesn't that suggest that you...
That's enough. Look, darling, you and I know you used to be one of the best agents in the FBI. But now
that's
you're
why I'm not gonna
fiancé
listen
now.
to you.
We talked about this.
That's
not
why
an
he died.
agent anymore, so just leave it alone.
But...
You wouldn't get involved with the Kira case, and you wouldn't do anything dangerous. That's what you promised when we decided you'd come with me so I could meet your parents in Japan. You do remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I guess you're
Jack
right.
forgets he's investigating
It's just
somebody
force of
dangerous.
habit. Sorry about that.
I should be sorry. Let's forget it. Anyway, once we have a few kids running around, you'll probably be so busy you'll forget you were ever an agent. Your mind will be occupied with better things, too. More importantly, tell me how I can convince your dad I'm worthy of his daughter. Kira doesn't scare me half as much as he does.
Oh, let me guess. You're about to write down the name of that agent, aren't you? The one from the bus.
Not yet. I'm gonna wait 1 week before writing his name. If he dies right after meeting me, I'll only draw attention to myself. I'll write his name in here once I've given them time to investigate more people with ties to the police. It'll be less obvious that way. In the meantime, I think I'll use some of those inmates I've been keeping alive to play around with Elle a little more.
Elle. Another victim. This one left what appears to be a suicide note.
Please, send it to me.
Gods of Death. Elle, do you know? Gods of Death. Is he trying to tell us that gods of death exist? Listen, Watari. Tell the police to monitor prison populations closely for the next few days. Kira may use other suicide notes to communicate with us.
Understood.
This place is crawling with humans. How you gonna do it here?
Let's just say you're about to see the results of all the research and experiments I've been doing over the last few days.
Experiments?
Yeah. I've been using known criminals who live in this part of town to test out different killing methods, and I've learned a lot about the death note. For example, if I write a cause of death and the circumstances leading up to it, I can add a name afterwards, and it'll still happen.
Ooh, even I didn't know that one.
He's here. No time.
Damn it.
Mr. Ray Penber. Turn around and you're dead. I am Kira. That's right. Don't turn around and put your hands in your pockets. I won't hesitate to kill you here.
It couldn't be. This voice. I've heard it somewhere.
But first, I'm gonna prove to you that I'm Kira. Do you see the man working over there at the coffee shop? That's right, the one sweeping the floor. I'm gonna kill him just for you.
But how? Don't do it.
I'm afraid I had no choice but to kill him. I figured if I didn't kill at least one person, you wouldn't believe me. Although that man has been repeatedly charged with sexual assault, he's managed to avoid conviction every time due to lack of evidence. He was a menace to society. He got what he deserved. I can only assume that Elle has already informed you of this. I can't kill someone who I haven't seen. I have to know their face. Which means, of course, I could easily kill all these people right now if I wanted to. Go ahead and choose someone if you want.
Don't do it. I believe you. You're Kira.
I'm sure you care more about your loved ones than any of these people here. Imagine how you'd feel if one of them was killed just because you refused to cooperate. I think you should consider them the real hostages at the moment.
How do you know about her?
You seem surprised. I've been investigating you. And if you don't do exactly as I say, she will die. And so will the rest of your family, including you. And that's a promise.
I understand. Just tell me what you need me to do.
I see you've got your laptop with you. I want the files containing the identities of all the FBI agents who came to Japan.
I do have my laptop with me. It's the one I use for work, but I don't have the files you're looking for.
All right. Then take this envelope.
Huh?
First, take the transceiver out of the envelope, then put the earpiece in and await my instructions.
The transceiver? This thing looks like a toy. Plugging direct for this transmission anywhere. And it allows us to converse from a close distance, even underground. You really thought this through.
All right. Now get on the Yamanote line, inner or outer route. It doesn't matter which direction you take. I'll be close by
eye at all times, which means I'll be watching your every move. When you get on the train, pick a spot in front of you and don't take your eyes off it. If I see you looking around, I will kill you. Once you've boarded, I want you to take the seat closest to the doors. If it's occupied, wait until it's free. Now, I'm going to ask you something. If I have even the slightest suspicion that you're not being honest, your girlfriend is as good as dead. How many FBI agents are currently in Japan? Speak quietly into the transceiver and don't make it obvious.
I believe it's 4 teams, 3 agents per team for a total of 12.
Okay. Now take the papers out of the envelope.
What is this?
Of those 12 agents you mentioned, I want you to write down the name of your superior, the one who's heading up this investigation, in the space at the very top of the page.
What is the meaning of this? What is he after? Let's face it, he hasn't really left me any choice. Besides, it's not like he can kill them using just their names.
Next, take out your laptop and turn it on.
Any minute now, your boss is going to send you a message with a file attachment. It contains the names and photos of all the FBI agents currently active in Japan.
This is...
Now, one by one, you're going to look at each photo, and then write that agent's name in the space provided. You're going to do this for each agent.
This guy's about to go with his whole team right now.
If he's got the names already, why use me? What's he planning to do with them?
Looks like you're done.
Now put the transceiver and all the papers back into the original envelope and place them on the rack directly above your head.
After that, you're going to stay in your seat and ride the train for at least another 30 minutes. When you are absolutely certain that nobody will notice you leaving without the envelope, you can get off the train.
What this guy should have done is sacrifice himself and be like,
I know that
I was following this person and this person.
Why on earth can't I remember who it belongs to? Kira, who are you?
Like Yagami.
Farewell, Ray Penber. Ray Penber wrote all of those names on pages taken from the Death Note. Ironic. Without even realizing it, he was actually signing a death warrant for all of his colleagues. As for Penber's boss, he died of a heart attack after sending all of his agents a file. And the other 11 investigators? They all died of heart attacks after receiving the same file.
Elle, you have a call from the director of the FBI.
It's me. I've got a report in front of me right now stating that all of our agents in Japan are dead. All 12 died of heart attacks. I can only assume that Kira is behind this. Look, I'm sorry, but it's already decided. We're calling off our investigation.
I have Chief Yagami on the line. Elle, I just got off the phone with the director of the FBI. According to him, it seems that you arranged for the FBI to come to Japan and investigate everyone here associated with the task force.
Yes, I did.
So how do you explain this? Are we now suspects in our own investigation?
I felt that it was necessary to uncover Kira's identity.
I cannot accept that. I find it unbelievable that you would spy on us. The very people working with you on this case.
Hear that? Oh, I knew all along we couldn't trust that guy.
Kira killed those FBI agents, didn't he? It's obvious he'll kill anyone who gets in his way, whether they're criminals or not.
So much for his sense of justice. He's a murderer.
You guys should be surprised by all that he's willing to go to that extent.
Elle, do you know gods of death love apples?
Damn you, Kira.
He's dead. Dead? No, he was murdered by Kira.
So what's with the family meeting, Dad?
I figured you're going to find out sooner or later, so I might as well tell you now. I don't want you to be alarmed. I'm sure you've heard of this Kira investigation. I'm currently in charge of it.
What? Are you serious? That's totally awesome, Dad. You're the best cop ever.
That's not quite the point I'm trying to make.
Oh?
You see, the truth is, the FBI sent 12 of their agents to Japan to assist us in finding Kira, and all of them died yesterday.
Does that mean they were all killed by Kira?
What I'm saying is there's a chance that Kira will actually try to kill anyone who comes after him. His crimes are ruthless and more frightening than anything you've seen. Many detectives have already quit.
Dad, you should quit too. I don't want you to die. What if he gets you?
That's right. Your life is so much more important than some job.
I can't. I could never forgive myself if I walked away from this. I will not sit back and let evil triumph.
But, Dad, you...
Please, dear.
I think it's honorable of you, Dad. I'm proud to be able to call you my father. And if anything should ever happen to you, I'm going to find Kira and make sure he gets executed.
We now know that Kira doesn't just target criminals. He'll kill anyone who opposes him. It's quite possible that we may all be killed by Kira. Think of your own lives, your families, and all the others you'd be leaving behind. If anyone wants to leave this investigation, now is the time. You won't be demoted if you choose not to stay. You have my word. But if you're not absolutely sure, then we don't need you. You have to be willing to fight against him, even if that means making the ultimate sacrifice. That is all.
So, what are you gonna do? I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, that's him all right. There's no doubt about it. I remember him because he told us to get down. But I don't really remember any of the other passengers.
I see. Well, thanks for talking with me anyway. I appreciate it. It's a bit of a long shot, but if what I'm thinking is right, Kira could have been one of the passengers on the bus that day. And if that is the case, then I know that he's close enough to use this bus route.
Five men, huh? Well, 6, including myself. Still, I'm grateful to see that there are as many as 5 of you willing to risk your lives to face evil.
The fact that you've chosen to stay means you have a strong sense of justice. I trust all of you.
Huh? Hold on a second. Elle just said that he's decided to trust us now. But honestly, what reason do we have to trust him?
Look, Elle. All of us have agreed to put our lives at risk to bring Kira to justice. So I hope you understand what this means. We're really sticking our necks out here.
But you never have to show your face, do you? You just give the orders. I don't see how you can expect us to work alongside you under those conditions.
Elle, if all of us are going to work together on this investigation, and if you truly meant what you said about trusting the 6 of us, would you come here so we can all meet in person?
The thought had already crossed my mind. After all, I did say that I trusted all of you.
Why is he seeking our help now? There's only 6 of us. He's solved all these difficult cases by himself in the past, so what makes this one so different? The way Elle's been conducting things so far, odds are he's gonna send a stand-in or a proxy of some kind to meet us instead of coming himself. It's not like we'd ever know.
A proxy, huh? Well, it is possible.
I believe El. I think we can trust him. And besides, I don't really see how we can solve this case without his help.
I agree. From the beginning, he's been very upfront about the fact that he would need the help of the police on this case. Perhaps we should think of it like he's been waiting for this to happen all along.
Why would he do something like that?
There were a number of people on the task force who distrusted El before this investigation began. And once we got started, we had detectives resigning left and right. Following that, classified information was leaked. So I'm not surprised that he didn't trust us.
In other words, he was waiting for the task force to get narrowed down to only those investigators he could trust. And to do that, he needed to weed out anyone who wasn't totally committed.
If we're working with that guy, I'm leaving the task force. You don't have to worry. I won't try to follow you. I'm not interested in finding El.
Well, I think we can trust El, so I'd be willing to cooperate with him on this investigation.
Count me in.
I'm staying in a suite at the Pedro
Oh, shoot.
Hotel.
Damn it.
But I'll be switching hotels every few days from this point on. I want you to think of these hotel rooms as the de facto headquarters of this investigation. If this arrangement is acceptable to all of you, then split into 2 groups and stagger your arrivals so you come 30 minutes apart. Please arrange it so you're all here at midnight.
It seems we're getting closer to each other in equal steps. A matter of time before we collide. So be it. I'm ready to show my face. I'll make my first public appearance as El. If you ever manage to find out about these secret meetings, I'm sure you'd feel compelled to move in. That's what I'm counting on. I've been quite active over these last few days. Think carefully. Was there anything I missed? And what comes next? There are endless possibilities. The real battle is only just beginning.
It's unlocked. Please, let yourselves in.
This woman, if she had spoken to the police before I met her. But it seems there's a god on my side after all, and not just a god of death.
I am El.
This is him?
He's nothing like I thought he'd be.
I'm Yagami of the NPA.
Matsuda.
I'm Aizawa.
Mogi. Ikita. I'm very sorry we're late. Currently, the 5 of us are...
Bang.
What
Bing
the
bang.
hell was that?
If I were Kira, you'd be dead, Mr. Soichiro Yagami, chief of the NPA. Kira needs a face and a name in order to commit murder. But I'm sure you've already figured that much out, haven't you? Please do not give out your name so carelessly. Instead, let's value our lives.
I knew that he needed a face to kill someone, but I don't remember any evidence that showed that he needed a name, too.
There's no way to verify if this is related, but criminals whose names were never released publicly or whose names were spelled incorrectly in the media have not been targeted. We briefly went over it at one of our meetings.
That's enough small talk for now. Come this way.
Oh,
right. Come on, money.
Please
Step
turn
in
off
for a
all
little
your
bit.
cell phones, handhelds, and any other communication devices and leave them on the table right there.
What do you think, we're gonna be using our cell phones during this meeting to leak information?
It's all right. Just do as he says.
I realize he's been cautious from the very beginning, but I still can't tell if he trusts us or not.
No, I just find him distracting. I can't stand it when people's cell phones are ringing while I'm trying to talk. Let me start by saying nobody takes notes on anything that's said in these meetings. That means when we leave headquarters, any information we need is committed to memory. Please make yourselves comfortable.
Right.
Excuse me, L?
And from now on, I'll have to ask that you stop calling me L. It's Ryuzaki now, just to be safe.
Okay, Ryuzaki. If we know that he needs a name and a face to kill, couldn't we cut down on the number of victims by keeping criminals' names from the news?
If we do that, we'll only be putting the general public at risk.
The general public?
Why?
Kira is childish, and he hates losing.
But how do you...
Just what do you mean?
Well, I'm also childish, and I hate to lose. That's how I know.
Ryuzaki, would you mind being a little more specific for us?
Early on in the investigation, I tried to provoke Kira with that broadcast. Up until then, we thought that Kira would only go after criminals, but as we all witnessed, he didn't hesitate to kill my stand-in. Also, as soon as I said we knew he was in the Kanto region, in defiance, he made sure his next victims came from within Japan, as if to say, what are you going to do about it? He's met each of my challenges head-on, and he's never missed an opportunity to return the favor. Now, what do you think would happen if we tried to use media restrictions to hide criminals from someone like that?
I guess...
If you choose to withhold the names of your worst criminals, I'll kill petty criminals or the innocent. I'm holding the whole world hostage, so who's it gonna be? I'm the evil here, but all those who oppose me by hiding criminals, you are truly evil. That's exactly how Kira thinks. In any case, let's look at another way we can use the media to draw him out.
But how?
How about something like this? The death of FBI agents infuriates the U.S. Latest killings anger the international policing community. Nations agree to send 1,500 investigators to Japan. For Kira, this will be way beyond what he faced with the FBI. He'll see everyone as a potential threat. Psychologically, he'll start to feel cornered, and that will cause him to take some kind of drastic action.
That's interesting. So he'll think there are 1,500 when there are really only 7 of us. And since none of these investigators exist, Kira won't be able to kill them.
It just might work.
Well, before we celebrate, I'll tell you the rest of my thoughts on the Kira case. Kira works alone. He had access to all our classified information.
What evidence do you have that he's working alone?
Hold on, Aizawa. Let's listen to his entire theory before asking questions.
We know he needs a name and a face to kill. And to some extent, he can control a victim's time of death and their actions before dying. We already know that much. Please keep that in mind. And listen carefully to what I have to say next. On December 14th, 12 FBI investigators entered Japan. Here we are on December 19th. Using prison inmates, Kira conducts experiments manipulating his victims' actions before they die. In other words, during this window of only 5 days, Kira became aware of the FBI's presence and obviously felt threatened. Because he didn't know any of their names or faces, he was at a disadvantage. He needed to know how much control he had over his victims before he could use it against the 12 agents. And as we all know, on December 27th,
I got a hold of a file which contained all the names and faces of the FBI investigators in Japan, and I succeeded in killing each one of them. It's practically impossible to guess which agent gave the file to Kira, but I have to make sure that no one ever finds out that I came into contact with Ray Penman.
How come you're not using the Death Note today? You studying for those entrance exams?
Those are the least of my worries. Plus, it's a little late to start now.
Oh? What you doing?
December 19th to December 27th. I've been most active during this period.
During this period, to the best of our knowledge, at least 23 individuals died of heart attacks. But these victims were different from Kira's previous targets. They were all alleged criminals, victims, or suspects in ongoing investigations, so legally speaking, they were innocent.
That's true.
What is the is that Kira had to manipulate these lesser criminals in order to kill those agents. He killed many people so that the people Truth probably needed it. He waited 8 days so the FBI could investigate other suspects, which meant there'd be no timeline linking him to their deaths. I suspect Kira had to be one of the people being investigated by the FBI between the 14th and the 19th of December. In fact, I have no doubt. These are files provided by the FBI, and they contain additional information you might find useful. For obvious reasons, you're not permitted to take these out of this room, but...
Amazing! There might only be 5 of us, but with this much information, we should be able to cover a lot of ground. We'll split into 2 teams. One team traces the FBI agents, the other looks at the heart attack victims. There weren't that many people who had access to information from headquarters, and of those, the FBI only investigated a small group in the first 5 days.
Yeah. So, does anyone have any questions?
Actually, Ryuzaki, I do have one question for you. And it pertains to what you said to us earlier about how you hate to lose. Does the fact that you've shown us your face mean that you've lost? By just being here, are you admitting defeat to Kira?
That's right. By showing my face to you now, and by sacrificing the lives of 12 FBI agents, I have lost the battle. But I'm not going to lose your life. This is the first time I've ever put my life on the line. I want to show Kira that we're all willing to risk our lives if that's what it takes. And that justice will prevail no matter what.
Hey, yeah, that's right. I like the sound of that. We can do this. All right, then. Let's do this, Ryuzaki.
Well, I had my doubts about whether it was really him at first, but there's no mistaking it. This man is L.
Before we go any further, I have to be absolutely sure that none of you are Kira, so I'll need to speak with each of you individually before you leave today.
Huh. What's the deal? He still doesn't trust us?
No, I think it's a fair request. Try to see it from his perspective. Kira's been getting information from our headquarters from the very beginning, so there's a good chance that he's one of us.
Chief's right. Working this case has given us a chance to see him in person. He's risking his life to be here.
Things are going well. Just one clue, a single decisive factor is all I need.
Just one oversight. A single piece of evidence is all it would take. It could cost me my life. Just one thing.
You already finished studying?
I guess.
Damn it.
I'll be fine. I haven't missed anything. The biggest risk I've taken so far was that bus jacking incident. But they'll never be able to connect it with Kira. Fortunately for me, both the police and Elle don't know that Kira can kill people by means other than a heart attack. However, if anyone were to discover that fact, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
What? Does it have to be now?
Your father's been pulling overnighters with no change of clothes, so you're going to bring these to him.
But Mom, I totally promised my friends that I'd go out with them today.
Why don't I go? I could use a break.
Thanks, Light. I owe you one next time.
So I guess this'll give you a chance to spy on the police.
I won't go further than the reception desk.
Oh, you're bringing a page. Planning to kill someone.
Yeah, imagine
But
that.
lately I've been bringing a page with me every time I
Imagine
go
realizing
out, just
your
in case.
big brother, who you thought was like the best person in the world, ends up being
That day, Ray said that he was planning to go to Shinjuku.
murderer, killer, stuff like that.
That same day,
Psycho
4 people
murderer
died of
killer.
heart attacks in the Shinjuku area. And he was the bus jacking. There's no way it was a coincidence. That's it. Kira can kill in other ways. It doesn't have to be a heart attack.
The mobile customer you are trying to reach.
That's unusual for Dad. I wonder if he's in a meeting right now.
Ticker.
Please. I need to speak directly with someone from the Special Investigation Task Force.
Tickers,
It's urgent.
mem,
I'm sorry,
fragment,
ma'am, but I can't
5,
help you. As I've told you already, there is no one at Task Force headquarters right now.
There's no one at headquarters? Dad's cell is turned off. What's going on?
Can't you contact them somehow? I have information relating to the Kira investigation.
The Kira investigation?
Look, I'll call headquarters one more time for you. One moment.
Hi, I'm Detective Soichiro Yagami's son, Light Yagami. I brought my father a change of clothes, but it doesn't look like he's in. Can I leave him here?
Sure. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, Light.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What, you don't remember? You helped solve the insurance fraud murder investigation sometime last year. But hey, no one remembers the receptionist, do they?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terrible with faces. I just need to sign my name on this form.
So, Light, does this mean you're going to be helping us with the Kira investigation, too?
Sure. If all goes well, maybe I'll find Kira before Elle does.
Find him before Elle does.
As I thought, there's no one at headquarters. You're going to have to trust me on this, ma'am. I'll be sure to give them your message as soon as I see them, I promise.
That's not good enough. I have to tell them in person.
Excuse me. My father is actually in charge of the Kira investigation. If you'd like, I could pass your message on to him. His cell phone is off at the moment, but I should be able to contact him soon. A number of FBI agents were just killed.
You know
and
what?
A lot of detectives have quit the case because they're afraid of Kira.
For anybody watching
So
this, I
he's
guess.
pretty busy right now.
Light, it's
They would have caught Kira if they would have just asked that guy at the
True,
desk.
But it's practically common knowledge at this point.
Has anybody shown up?
Besides, I feel like I can trust her. You can almost see it in her eyes. She's a wise and careful person. You heard about what happened, and you must have figured out that the police had a leak of some kind. And that's why you wanted to tell them in person. You thought this through. Well, am I right? I'm sure my father will be calling me back once he checks his messages. When he does, I'll give you the phone and let you talk to him.
You sure that's all right?
Oh, yeah. You understand why I can't just give you my father's cell phone number, but I have no problem letting you use my phone to talk to him. You'll have to trust my father and I, which I hope won't be too difficult for you.
Why is he so happy?
Thank you so much.
She walks right into that, didn't she?
I've got to say, you must be pretty brave to be getting involved in the Kira case like this.
Why get the frick
not
out,
really.
man?
So according to you, is Kira some... we've been talking and I just realized I don't even know your name. My name is Light Yagami. Light's written with the character for Moon and Yagami with the characters for Night and God. Kinda weird, huh?
My name is Shokomaki. It's written with the character for Shiny, colors and color in space and keys and tree.
Miss Maki? Miss Maki, I've been thinking about Kira's powers, and I believe they enable him to somehow control his victims before they die.
So do I. It's odd that you say that because that's exactly what I've been thinking. Kira's able
Damn
to
it.
control their actions with what kills them, but there's more to it. If my analysis so far is correct, Kira can kill in a number of ways, not just with a heart attack.
She knows? is this woman?
I don't think anyone else knows this yet. But if the police are willing to consider it, I bet it would help them catch Kira.
You know, that possibility never even crossed my mind. So what you're saying is anytime Kira wants one of his murders to go undetected, he wouldn't use a heart attack.
Right. I'm almost positive that someone I know may have met Kira.
Met Kira? Oh, I'm sorry, but if a person came in saying they'd met Kira, the police would be more than a little skeptical, to say the least.
I know. That's why I need to explain it in person to someone from Task Force headquarters. Otherwise, I'm afraid they'll just write me off.
Wouldn't it be better if your friend spoke to them instead?
It probably would, but he's no longer alive. He was one of the 12 FBI agents who came to Japan to investigate Kira.
An FBI agent who met Kira? Could it be?
Ray Pemberg.
You see, he was also my fiancé. While he was working, he got caught up in a bus jacking, and I have reason to believe that he met Kira on that bus.
Ray Pemberg.
Is something wrong?
Nothing. I'm sorry to hear that he passed away. So, what makes you think he met Kira on that bus?
Because 8 days after that bus was hijacked, he died, along with the other FBI investigators. The same man had attempted to rob a bank 2 days before he hijacked that bus. Then he dies in an accident, just like that. I mean, really, what are the odds? I've come to believe that Kira set up that bus jacking. It was planned to bring him into contact with my fiancé in order to obtain information regarding the identities of the other FBI agents so he could get rid of them all. Anyway, what stands out to me is that the hijacker died in an accident. In other words, it suggests that heart attacks aren't the only way Kira can kill people.
Okay, so the busjacker didn't die of a heart attack. And based on that, you're saying Kira has other ways of killing people?
Yes.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I think that's a bit of a leap of faith.
There's no other way of looking at it. If Kira was controlling the hijacker, chances are he killed him too.
I still don't see it.
I've been wondering about that bus jacking ever since my fiancé first told me about it.
Sure.
After he calmed down, I asked him for details. He didn't mention any names or anything like that, but he told me one thing.
What did he say?
That he'd been put in a situation where he had to show his FBI ID to someone. The operation was undertaken secretly without the NPA's knowledge. He wasn't allowed to show his ID. I think whoever saw his ID that day is responsible for the deaths of all the agents.
Unbelievable. She figured it out. This must be the oversight Light was worried about.
I understand. You're the only one who knows any of this, and you want nothing more than to avenge your fiancé by bringing Kira to justice, right? And now you're convinced that Kira can kill without using a heart attack.
Yes.
There's no doubt in my mind your deductive skills are excellent. You can't deny that you have a personal interest in the case. Still, your theory is worth looking into. That's for sure. Your testimony could be central to the case.
It could.
If what you're telling me is true, then it'll only be a matter of time before the police catch up with Kira. The person your fiancé showed his ID to on the bus that day, it had to be Kira.
I wonder if they just reused the whole map, copy and paste for Deimos and
that was
Claims of
close.
Eidolon.
This woman, if she'd spoken to the police before I met her. But it seems there's a god on my side after all. And not just a god of death.
Oops. Oh. What is this doing right here?
I have to admit, I'd really love to see how she dies. I can't be caught following her around. Go on. Hurry to your death. Regardless of how she came to the conclusion, the fact remains this woman knows the truth. If she gives this information to the police, it won't take them very long to figure out that Kira is actually me. I have no choice but to eliminate her.
Something wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. But the more I think about it, the more your theory makes sense to me. We can't waste any time. We need to start investigating it right away.
What? Really? Do you mean that?
Yes. So, have you told anyone else about this?
No, you're the first person I've told.
You're lucky, but how will you get rid of her? It's not like you can do it here.
Well, you have a gift for stating the obvious, Ayuk.
Aren't you bold?
Let's get started. Could you please tell me the date and time of the bus jacking incident?
It was December 20th in front of Asagawa Hill at 11:02 a.m.
Damn, all of a sudden they're very busy over here.
December 20th. And they were on their way to Spaceland.
Yes.
This way, no one will find her body. And even if they do, they'll just assume that the death of her fiancé drove her to commit suicide. What's so funny, Ryuki?
I apologize for questioning all of you like that, but I'm afraid I had no other choice. I've determined that Kira is not among us.
Ryuzaki, how can you be certain that we're all innocent?
Well, to be honest, from the beginning I set a number of traps that would reveal if any of you was Kira. And after speaking with you one-on-one, I don't feel the need. Excuse me?
Unbelievable. He tells us to turn off our cell phones.
Understood. I'm just about finished here anyway. You got the key, so let yourself in. Watari's on his way.
Uh-huh. So that's everything. I'd like to report this incident to my father, if it's okay with you, that is.
Well, if it's all the same, I think I'd like to report it myself. And after talking to you, I've decided that it would be best to do it as soon as possible.
That makes sense.
The hell kind of kid is this?
Just 10 seconds until 1:15. I have to admit, I'd really love to see how she dies, but I can't be caught following her around. Go on. Hurry to your death.
Kira will definitely be caught. Don't you think?
Uh-huh. What's going on? It should have happened already.
What the hell?
This doesn't make sense. I don't understand why she's not leaving. I've had no problems making people kill themselves in the past. All I had to do was write the word suicide. The criminals I tested it on hung themselves exactly when I specified. My experiments indicate that in a situation like this, I should be able to control a person's actions. So, what's wrong? He laughed just like that when I was writing in the death note. And that's not all. I remember thinking it was bizarre how he laughed when I asked for her name. In fact, he's reacted the same way every time her name comes up. An alias.
Gentlemen, it's an honor to meet all of you.
This person is Rodri. What about your usual outfit?
If I dressed like that, I'd be announcing to the world.
Oh shoot, what the hell?
That's all it takes to give away the location of our
Damn, I gotta go get Mac.
Oh, I see.
Ordinarily, I would never show my face to anyone. The fact that I'm here is proof that you
Get him. I
mention it, I do feel honored.
What the hell?
Well then, I've got those items you requested. That's all.
Could you please pass them out here?
Get him.
Gentlemen, these are your new police IDs.
In the butt, broski.
But what for?
Where are you going?
She used an alias. That has to be it. Ryuk knew all along. He could see her real name with his eyes. That's why he wouldn't stop laughing. I should have known. She's been overly cautious from the beginning. It makes a lot of sense. She believes that Ray died because he showed his ID to Kira. So,
shoot.
Of course she'd be careful not to reveal her own identity. This isn't good. It's gonna be almost impossible to ask for her real name knowing she gave me an alias the first time. If I'm too persistent, she'll get suspicious. What am I saying? It looks suspicious that I even knew she was using an alias.
I should probably be getting back soon. Someone from the task force might be back there by now.
Oh shoot.
Oh, yeah, you could be right. Let's cross our fingers and hope someone's there.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm running out of options here. I have to stop this before it's too late. What if my father calls back now? I already promised her that I'd let her talk to him if he did. His phone rings, it's all over for me. What am I gonna do? This is crazy. All I have to do is turn my cell phone off. Problem solved. Calm down. What needs to be done? Just find out her real name. Her purse, her pockets. She's got to have a driver's license or some kind of personal identification on her somewhere. She's a woman.
Damn, I thought you were dead, broski.
If I had to, of course. The last thing I want to do is make a scene in public. I've got to get her somewhere isolated. Where? What explanation can I give her?
Shoot.
It would never work. She's too careful. I need a better approach.
Where you going? Huh?
Convince her to give me her real name.
Hey, Light, you know, that deal I mentioned is still on. It's just like putting on contact lenses. Completely painless.
Would I be willing to give up half my life so I could learn this woman's real name? No, I wouldn't. In fact, it's not even worth considering. Now quit wasting my time. Just shut your
Faster
mouth.
than you, bro. I'm faster than you.
I'd like to go there by myself, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Our names and lines are first.
Why did you give us fake IDs?
As you know, Kira requires a name and a face to
I got your nose.
Yes, but
Get out of here.
of all people, the police shouldn't use fake IDs.
You weak, bro. You weak.
What choice do we really have given the capabilities of our enemy? As long as you're working on this case, I think we're going to need all the protection one can get. It would be foolish not to use them.
Yeah, you got a good point.
Remember, anytime you're in a situation where you have to give out your name to a stranger, make sure to use the name from your fake ID. Understood? Right. And be careful not to take them out while in the presence of other police officers. I'm sure I don't need to tell you that could cause problems.
I understand.
Very well, then. I'd like to request that you wear these at all times.
Belts?
Each one has a transmitter hidden in the buckle. This will allow Ryozaki to monitor your whereabouts. And when you press the buckle twice like this, my cell phone will ring, displaying your name.
Oh, shoot.
And I'll call you back immediately, but you won't see my number displayed. In the morning, all of you will go to the police station as usual. Then, later on in the day, you'll use this method to confirm
hotel and his room. Please use this for emergencies as well.
No way! This is totally cool! I feel like some kind of secret agent going after Kira!
Quiet, Matsuda! This is not the time to be fooling around. Knock it off!
Thank you so much for
Oh,
everything
nope.
you've done in my
Not ready to go that way. Not ready to go that way. Nope,
I'm
nope,
much
nope,
more
nope.
confident about my theory.
Not at all.
All right. Be right back.
Considering that Ryuk mentioned that ID again, there's no doubt in my mind that she used an alias. At this rate, what if she goes to the police with her theory about Kira being on the bus, and they look at all the people Ray Pembroke was investigating? It won't take them long to zero in on me.
She's leaving. So now what?
I've got about 5 minutes before that woman gets to police headquarters. Think. I need her real name, and I don't have much time to spare. If this woman makes it to the police station and someone from the task force is returned by then, it'll all be over for me. I've got to find out her real name, then eliminate her quickly. Only 3 minutes left until she reaches the station. All right.
Oh, what you doing?
Excuse me.
Yes?
There's something that I should probably tell you.
Okay.
The thing is, it'll be impossible for you to contact anyone from the task force directly. That's right. Keep the conversation going. I just need to find something that she can latch onto, and I've got her. Once she's comfortable, then I can get her real name. I can do this.
I can't contact anyone, but why not?
Didn't you find it odd that there was no one at task force headquarters?
Yeah, I did find it a bit strange, but I didn't...
Let me explain. The task force has been organized so that its members can't be identified and nobody on the outside knows who's in charge. If the members' names were ever made public, or the structure of the task force was revealed, we'd likely see another tragedy along the
straight
lines
off
of the
big
one
time.
that claimed your
Okay.
fiance's life.
Let's go over.
I see.
That's
over
why
here,
you
see
were
if
told
anything
earlier
else is found.
that no one was at task force headquarters. What I'm trying to say is, you'll never be able to talk to someone directly from the task force because the police simply won't allow it.
That's pretty clever. I'm impressed.
If this is supposed to be a secret, then how do you know so much?
Guess I spoke too soon. She's sharp.
Very well. You leave me no choice. It's because I'm actually a member of the task force.
Huh?
I'm sorry, you're telling me that you're an agent?
Yes. L is currently in charge of the task force, and he's leading our investigation.
Yes. To be honest, I already suspected that.
He was concerned that the task force had become too small. Many detectives had quit, fearing for their lives, and so, despite the fact that I'm a high school student, he brought me on board to help out with the investigation. After all, I've helped them solve cases in the past.
So, L trusts you then?
I can go to task force headquarters whenever it suits me, and I'm allowed to investigate freely as I see fit. You see, these days the task force is made up of a chosen few, an elite group of people handpicked for the job by L. All are highly skilled, well-respected, and above all, trustworthy.
Thanks for explaining. But just to be safe, I'd like to try and visit the task force headquarters again.
Uh-huh.
Goodbye.
Please, wait a second. It's like I just told you. They won't let you talk to anyone.
I know, but I was hoping I could speak with L directly.
Oh, and come to think of it, who's at the police station right now?
Actually, no one's there at the moment.
That's not good news. We need someone there at all times. Work in shifts if you have to.
I understand. Aizawa, I'll put you in charge of that for today.
Yes, sir. I'm on my way. Won't take me long.
Ms. Maki, please, wait a second. It's literally impossible to meet L. This is pointless.
You may be right, but I think that there's a chance that he'll meet with me. Although the only contact I've had with him was following orders through a computer. He might remember who I am. You see, I worked under him in a case in the U.S. about 2 years ago.
Are you serious? You worked under L?
Yes, I didn't tell you this, but up until 3 months ago, I worked as an FBI agent.
This is it. Finally something I can use. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. In fact, I noticed early on that your investigative skills were far beyond those of an amateur. You're very cautious, and you seem to have a gift for getting to the heart of the matter. If I could, I'd like to learn from you.
One lie after another.
From the beginning, I knew I had to do things outside the regular channels, because from my perspective, both the police and the members of the task force were suspects. But I'm certain that I can trust Elle. Maybe it's unrealistic, but I think if I go to headquarters and I give them my name, there's a chance that they'll let me speak with him directly.
I see. But if the only person you could trust with this info was Elle, then why me?
I suppose I was upset that they wouldn't allow me to see anyone from the task force, and then you came along claiming to be the son of the lead detective, and... No, that's not it. I'll be honest with you. It's because you remind me of Elle. There's something about you that's just like him.
Will you investigate this case with me? Huh? I want you to come work with us as part of the task force. We could use your help. As I'm sure you know, not just anyone can do it. Please. I know this is sudden, but the team needs people like you. I'm serious. You could be doing so much more than gathering information on your own. You have all the experience as an FBI agent. You're more talented than most of the detectives currently on the task force, and Elle obviously trusted you in the past. It wouldn't be that difficult for you to join. All you need is some valid identification, a recommendation from a current task force member, and of course you need to get Elle's permission.
You want me to join the task force?
I can't help but think that it must be fate that I met you today. I'd like to be the one to recommend you.
$41,500.
I'm sorry about that. I guess I got a little bit too excited.
It's okay.
I mean, even if you acted as a consultant on this investigation, it would be a great help. I'm sure you have personal obligations to attend to, not to mention the fact that you live in the United States.
It's true. Before all this happened, I thought I'd continue living in America with my fiancé. We planned on getting married in the spring. But now he's gone, so I'm not sure what to do anymore.
All right, I've come this far. All she needs is a little encouragement. But you're young and beautiful, and you've got your life ahead of you. Why put it all in danger for this?
No! Now that Ray's gone, I've got nothing to lose anymore. I want to catch Kira. I don't care about anything else. It's all I want to do. Please let me investigate this case with you.
Yes, of course. I just need to see some form of identification before we proceed.
Oh,
Yes?
you see the name I gave you earlier? Well, it wasn't actually my real name. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry, it's all right. To be honest, I'm impressed by how incredibly thorough you've been. You've stayed one step ahead of me. But I suppose that's just further proof of your capabilities.
So will a Japanese driver's license do the trick then?
Sure. I made it in time.
So, if you don't mind my asking, why do you keep checking your watch?
Oh, well... I guess it's because I'm Kira. What's the matter?
There's something I have to do.
My father's cell phone might be available now. Do you want to see if you can talk to him?
No, thank you. I have nothing to say to him.
Then goodbye, Naomi Misora. With Ryuk's information and my preparations, I can continue to kill criminals while masquerading as a typical high school student studying for his entrance exams. Just watch me, L.
That was footage from surveillance cameras at the station. The death of one of the FBI agents is captured on here.
Let's see the following scenes again. Ray Penber passing the ticket gate on his way in, then him boarding the train, and finally the part where he dies on the platform.
Okay, let's see.
I think it's next to that.
Oh, here it is.
So based on the records I have here, Ray Penber comes through the west entrance of Shinjuku Station at 3:11 p.m. Then at 3:13, he boards a train on the Yamanote line. But even if he was following someone at that time, I think it's going to be very difficult for us to draw any real conclusions from this blurry video. Then at exactly 4:42 p.m. Oh, thank you very much, Watari. And at 4:42 p.m., he exits the train at Tokyo Station and dies on the platform.
It's quite strange, don't you think?
I'm sorry, what do you find strange?
Yeah, what is it? Did you notice something?
We know that Ray Penber got on the train, and then an hour and a half later he got off and died on the platform. But the Yamanote line only takes an hour to complete its circuit. And more importantly, there's the envelope.
What do you mean?
He's holding what looks like an envelope when he passes through the ticket gate.
Huh? You're right. It's there under his arm. But in the footage right before his death, it's gone. I can't believe you actually caught that.
Well, I don't see an envelope on this list of his personal effects.
Which means it was left on the train. And if you watch closely at the very end here, it seems like he's straining to look inside the train before the doors close. You can see right here.
If that's the case, do you think it could mean something?
Wouldn't it be interesting if Kira was on that train?
That's impossible.
I admit I find it hard to believe as well.
You are here?
There's no reason for Kira to come to the scene of his own crime from a distance. Maybe he was counting on us to make that assumption and figured he could get away with such a bold move.
What's going on, Light? You haven't stopped writing criminals' names in the death note for 4 days straight, so what are you trying to prove? I don't see the point in writing these names weeks in advance. I've never seen a death note used like this.
Consider it insurance. Suppose the son of the detective superintendent of the NPA was hospitalized. If criminals stopped dying at the same time, it wouldn't be difficult to connect them.
So that's what this is.
Are you sure that I can use any date as long as it's before the end of a person's predetermined lifespan?
Well, I can't guarantee it because we Shinigami don't normally work that way. But I suppose anytime before the end of the lifespan should be.
I really can't count it, can I?
You got that right.
Yes? Yes, would you please hold on? Ryuzaki, it's Ukita at the NPA. He says he's on the phone with someone from the tip line who has left a message.
Right, then give Ukita the number for line 5 and ask him to have the informant call that line. It'll be safer. Mr. Matsuda, it's okay for you to turn on your cell phone. Actually, please turn it on right away.
Oh, sure.
Yes, this is Suzuki, head of Kira's Investigation Public Information Division. Breaking his fiancée. Now on the side.
So it's her. She's from the Los Angeles BNA case, that's right. She was fucking under me. She must have come to Japan with her fiancé. She's been missing shit the day after her fiancé died.
She had a hero in her situation about first. Was it?
Excellent work.
Young Lisa came upstream. Not to mention she was also an excellent FBI agent. And it's more likely she'd be trying to catch Kira. It appears she came to Japan with Panda. It's possible that she made a phone call. That's the case. Did Kira manage to get to her first? Everyone, at this point I'd like to focus our investigation on only those people who Ray Pember was tailing. In particular, he was assigned to 2 police officers and those closest.
Very well. Who are these 2 individuals he was investigating?
Deputy Director Kitami, Detective Superintendent Yaga, and their family. At this stage, I'd like to place wiretaps and surveillance cameras in both households.
I have to make sure there's no evidence left on this computer, just in case someone goes through it. Now I just have to hide these clippings from the death note in here.
It seems like you're pretty skilled with your hands. I bet you're pretty popular with the girls, aren't you?
Skill has nothing to do with it. It's your looks that matter. I'm guessing you're not that popular, are you?
Huh?
Surveillance cameras? Ryuzaki? I don't see how you could even consider this. If this got out, we'd have a civil rights scandal on our hands. We'd all lose our jobs.
You told me you'd be willing to risk your lives for this investigation, but you wouldn't risk your jobs?
Ryuzaki, what are the odds that Kira's in one of those households?
Maybe 10%. No, it's closer to 5%.
Seriously? I'm sorry, but it's not worth the risk.
No. Of all the people we've investigated so far, not one of them seemed even the least bit suspicious. Even if there's only a 1% chance, we simply can't afford to ignore it.
Chief?
I don't have to tell you how offended I am to learn my family is under suspicion. Having said that, just go ahead with it.
Oh.
And make sure you install them everywhere. I don't want any blind spots in the house, and that includes the bathroom.
Thank you very much. That was my intention.
Come on, Chief. You don't have to agree to this. Yes, he's right. Think about your family. You have a wife and daughter at home, don't you?
Yes, I'm well aware of that fact. But there is no point in doing any of this if we can't be thorough. Now I suggest you keep quiet.
These radio towers carry top secret interplanetary
It's okay.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
You are going to capture the towers and decode and
As a courtesy to the chief and his family, only he and I will conduct surveillance of their home. Watari, how long will it take to prepare the wiretaps and cameras we need?
Well, starting tomorrow, I can set them up at any time, provided we know when both houses will be empty.
See you later, Light. Yeah, see you tomorrow.
What? No one's home yet. I'm home.
How's it going? This is the house right now. while.
Must recapture it.
You listening? Hey, light.
Don't believe it. I really went to such great lengths.
For a 17-year-old kid, I wouldn't say this kind of behavior is particularly abnormal. When I was his age, I did strange things too. Have you ever talked to yourself about the investigation?
Of course not. I've never once revealed classified information to my family. These days, usually as soon as I get home.
Where exactly are we going? Light, don't ignore me when I'm talking to you or I'll get mad.
Doesn't look like these clothes have been bugged. I think we're safe. Listen to me. There's a very strong possibility that there are wiretaps and maybe surveillance cameras hidden throughout my house.
Really? But that doesn't make you still in the door, doesn't it?
It's true, but I left the paper in the door in a way that it would be obvious to anyone entering the room. When that door is closed, the door handle automatically returns to a horizontal position and it won't go any higher than that. Whenever I close the door, I adjust it slightly. Instead of letting it sit horizontally, I lower it by about 5 millimeters. When I get home and I try to open the door, if the handle is all the way up, I can be fairly certain that someone was in my room. That method alone doesn't tell me if my door was actually open. So, after I close the door, I take the pencil lead and rest it on the hinge in such a way that it will break if the door happens to be opened by anyone. Normally, I take it out myself when I get back home. When I got home from school today, I noticed that the pencil was broken. First the door handle, then the lead, no signs of it. The family wouldn't notice the pistol. What's suspicious is that someone took the time to put it back in the door.
Hi there.
What's this all about? Are you buying a book about wiretaps and surveillance so you can figure this mess out?
By the way, what about your apples?
That's right, surveillance cameras. Once the apple's in my mouth, no one can see it. But while I'm holding it, it looks like it's floating.
You told me that she was on the so I guess it won't kill you to stop eating apples for a while.
Don't you think that's a bit much? Come on. I never told you this, but apples are to me what cigarettes and alcohol are to humans. Do you see what I'm saying? I even get withdrawal symptoms.
Kind of symptoms.
My body gets all twisted. I do handstands. It's not pretty.
I don't need to see that.
I know.
Okay, here's the thing. Unfortunately, I already gave Elle the hint that Shinigami love apples, so I just can't afford to take the risk.
When did you?
It's so important for you to eat apples. You'll have to find out where all the cameras are hidden. If you're lucky, you might find a blind spot where you can eat them without being seen. Alright, let's go.
Yeah, a camera search.
What the hell are you guys doing, man?
I have to find the cameras.
I can't believe my son is looking at those magazines.
It's normal for a 17-year-old. But it seems contrived. It's too obvious. The only reason he didn't want anyone in his room is because he his magazine. That's what he wants us.
Hey, that's my son you're talking about. Are you honestly telling me that you suspect him?
I do suspect him. That's why I placed wiretaps and surveillance cameras in your house and the deputy director's house.
Right.
I found a camera in the air conditioner.
So they really put cameras in here. They must have bugged the place as well. Even if this is the Kira case, I didn't think the Japanese police would ever go this far. This must be Elle's idea, which means they've narrowed down their list of suspects. By now, they must have figured out that it was someone who Ray Pember was investigating, or they wouldn't have gone to all this trouble.
Damn. Oh, we lost.
Man, these covers mislead you all the time. Given the situation, it's safer if I just assume I'm their prime suspect and the only one being watched. It'll be okay. Luckily, I'm prepared for this kind of situation.
How the hell did we fail this, man?
Hey, Light! Come on! Dinner's ready!
I love you. Always.
Amaris.
Kita Kiryuga! I swear he's perfect! How come no one in my class is like that?
Sayu.
Just eat your dinner.
I'll eat later.
Hello, Mr. Aizawa. Are the Kitamuras watching television now?
Yes. He's not home, but the other four are watching while they eat dinner. It's Channel 4.
Watari, please contact the broadcasters and tell them to play our message.
Very well. Understood.
That's right. My parents missed
Huh?
me tomorrow.
What's this? ICPO? They're saying that in response to the Kira murders, Interpol has decided to dispatch a force of 1,500 investigators to Japan. The investigators were drawn from the law enforcement agencies of its member nations. 1,500 investigators? Whoa.
Chances are they've got cameras in their living room as well. Regardless of whether this news is real or not, it's obvious they're just trying to evoke a reaction from me. Now, this is the exact same trick he used last time. The ICPO sure is stupid. Huh? I mean, there's no point in making this announcement. If they're gonna send all these people here to investigate, shouldn't they keep it a secret?
Even the FBI agents who were secretly investigating were killed by Kira. Why would this be any different? If you ask me, this is nothing more than a desperate attempt to shock Kira in the hopes that he'll reveal himself somehow. Quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kira sees right through this.
Your son's clever, isn't he?
Well, yes.
Thanks for dinner, Mom.
Huh? You're eating a bag of chips? You just had dinner. Your good looks are gonna go down the drain if you keep that up.
It's a late night snack for studying.
I think that's it, Light. I found every camera they put in the house. I guess Shinigami get tired when they work hard. Now let me explain where they all are. It's a little bit complicated, so listen up. There's nothing I hate more than explaining something twice.
All right, it's time for me to hit the books.
There sure are a lot of cameras in this room. I counted 64 in total. I guess whoever put them here expected you to at least find some of them.
It has to be L. He had no qualms about putting a death row inmate in his place when he declared war on me. It's pretty clear he doesn't know any limits.
What I want to know is how am I going to be able to eat apples?
Obviously, that's impossible now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I guess you can't talk in here. But we'd better discuss this outside tomorrow.
Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Judging by the number of cameras he's planted, he's planning to make a decision within a short period of time. Any normal person would slip under these circumstances, but it won't be that easy with me, Al. This is the closest you'll get. I've set things up so that criminals will continue to die over the next 3 weeks. But Elle is aware by now that Kira can control the times of death of his victims. Therefore, to avoid suspicion, Elle needs to see that criminals whose names are being broadcast continue to die while I have no access to that information.
Oh, the symptoms are starting!
I'm gonna show you, Elle. With Ryuk's information and my preparations, I can continue to kill criminals whose names are broadcast on the news, while masquerading as a typical high school student studying for his entrance exams. Just watch me, Elle. I'll solve equations with my right hand and write names with my left. I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
After dinner, your son just goes back to studying without turning on the TV or his computer?
It's because the entrance exams are 5 days away.
Now, criminal who I should have no knowledge of will die of a heart attack in 40 seconds. And the witness to my alibi is L himself. Alright, just a little bit longer.
Yes, what is it, Butler?
A few minutes ago, a bank clerk being questioned on suspicion of embezzlement and a personager being held in a detention cell were broadcast on the news. They both just died of sudden, inexplicable heart attacks.
It's him again.
While all that was happening at your home, your wife and daughter were watching television. When that was over, they turned the TV off and didn't watch anything afterwards. From just past 7:30 until now, 11 o'clock, your son's done nothing but study. Kira needs a name and a face. Without those, he can't kill. So I suppose anyone who didn't watch the news can't be Kira, right?
You said it yourself. That means my family has been cleared.
It doesn't make sense that Kira would kill two petty criminals right after their identities were broadcast. I know it's only the first day after the cameras were installed, but the Yagami household seems almost too innocent to me.
Light, are you up yet?
Yeah, I'm awake.
Today's garbage day, so if you've got any, bring it down with you, okay?
Pain.
What are you talking about? You usually say there's no need to remind me, Mom.
Another beautiful day.
Well, I can't say for sure whether you're extremely generous or just a spoiled brat. But didn't that mini LCD TV cost you $400?
Good morning.
Perfect. There's no reason for me to be worried. After all, this is proof that they don't have anything on me yet. So this whole thing is nothing more than a contest between Elle and I about who wins.
I'm sure nobody's following you, okay? Hurry up already, will you? The symptoms are getting worse.
Really hope you're not saying what you think I'd want to hear just to get some out.
Whoa! Damn! I just flew out a 100-meter radius around you and there was no one there. So get out of that hunter, okay?
Alright. On the news they said they were dispatching investigators to Japan.
They're not. You said so yourself. If it were really happening, they wouldn't have come. The police can come and investigate secretly.
I suppose you're right. Like smells. Here's go again.
Come on. You really haven't been right.
There we go.
That reminds me, I've got one finishing touch.
I don't think there's any way he could have arranged their deaths without having seen the broadcast first. Your son is confirmed.
Only managed to kill a purse snatcher and embezzlers by tricking potato chips. For them, we're guilty of much lesser crimes than the previous crimes. I made sure to kill criminals whose names and faces were published when I didn't have access to TV. There's a chance I can kill more such as many of these lesser criminals end up dying in nation. Maybe once. If I kill other men, whose names and faces are published and watch TV. Remember the identities of the ones who they're seeing regardless of the story. That way, whenever I go out, I can use that piece of the death note I keep in my wallet to kill them others. Just like that.
In the past few days, I've listened to it could mean he was able to continue killing without doing anything outwardly suspicious.
You believe that Kira isn't from one of those families?
As I've said, there's a 5% chance. That this is just the wrath of a vengeful God. But that idea is completely absurd. To think that God would need a person's face and name to kill them? No, these aren't acts of God, but someone very childish and immature who wants to pretend they're God. That's what's going on here. A mass murderer who calls himself Kira exists somewhere. I'm sure of it, and I will catch him. But I can't count on Kira making any mistakes. It doesn't matter how long we watch him, he's not going to expose himself to us. So what should I do? Ideally, I would get to know him well enough that he'd admit to me that he was Kira and show me how. Would that even be possible?
This is a mobile defense mission. You must deliver payloads and defend.
Hey, Light, I just checked and all the cameras have been removed. All of them, every single one. Hello? Are you listening to me? Hey, Light! I still don't know.
Suppose this means I'm no longer a suspect. Everything's going as planned. I'm sure L won't give up that easily. He's still working with the Japanese police. Chances are my father is working with, or under him anyway. If that's the case, I'll have to use my father to find out L's true identity and eliminate him. Once I get rid of L, I'll be one step closer to becoming the god that we love. See why you two are making such big minds. Well, it's nice to know that one cause of stress was resolved before my exam. And once I get into university, I'll have a lot more room to act as Kid. Then I can focus on finding out who L really is.
There! Exam will be starting in 10 minutes! You better hurry up!
It's fine. I plan to get here 3 minutes before the test. Keep waiting. I'm here to prove.
Well,
and begin! You there, student number 162. Sit properly in your chair.
Location reached. Drop me in and defend your position.
Seems like a lot of Shinigami are observing the human world. What's with that anyway?
It turns out the milk is being kept by a human.
What? Seriously, it's a disgrace to the pride of the Shinigami.
I'm talking about the human who's keeping Ryuk. Who would want him as a pet?
What's the story?
opposites.
Yeah. This one looks like a sheltered genius who's been groomed for success his whole life. But the other one...
As we embark on this new chapter in our lives...
Something not right about him. He's just freaking weird.
This guy must be what they call a mad genius.
Coming to the To'o entrance ceremony dressed like that? Unbelievable. Either he's crazy or he's just toying with us.
Freshman representative, Hideki Ryuka. Light Yagami. Your father is Chief Soichiro Yagami of the NPA. Your respect for your father's matched only by your strong sense of justice.
Who the hell is this guy?
You're planning to join the police agency when you graduate, and you've already got experience. You have helped the police solve a number of cases in the past. Now you're showing an interest in the Kira case.
Gulliver Phobos.
Despite your abilities and your sense of justice, if you promise not to tell anyone about this, I have important information concerning the Kira investigation that I'd like to share with you.
Where's this coming from? And who is he? Is it safe to just ignore him? But I wonder what this information actually is. I won't tell anyone. What is it?
I want to tell you I'm Al.
What? There's no way. What's he talking about? If he really was L, he'd never admit to it. I thought this guy was a bit strange, but this is pretty extreme. Stop. This isn't good. Don't act surprised. On the off chance that he really is L, I have to act as Soichiro Yagami's son, Light Yagami, in this situation. There's no reason for him to be afraid. If you are who you say you are, then you have nothing but my respect and admiration.
Get to a terminal. Prepare for enemy resistance.
But you're just too late. If you are Kira, I can't think of anything that would put more pressure on you than this little scenario.
This guy is really what he says that indeed. This guy really is. No, even if he's not. I can't do anything to him.
There is a terminal. Get me in and get ready to defend.
What he's saying is true. It probably means he's already shown his face to me. If he were to die right after telling me who he was, it would only confirm their suspicions. Although it's obvious Hideki Ryuga is nothing more than an absurd alias, it still complicates things. Even if I get lucky and it isn't an alias, if I try to kill him by simply writing his name in the death note, I accidentally picture the face of Ryu with a pop star, and not killing him instead. If this guy doesn't die, he'll know for a fact that I'm Kira. Is he really ill? Does he already suspect that I'm Kira? It's hard to say how much he knows, but I must be under suspicion. What other reason can we have to tell Soichiro Yagami's son that he's L? Does this mean that he's still suspicious of the people that Ray Denver was investigating before he died? Even so, I still don't see why he would reveal himself to me directly. I can't let him see any signs of distress. It's better if I just clear my mind.
I didn't think this shall never know the progress of your crowd.
Hey, Mike.
Proud of your touch-me.
Nice meeting you. The pleasure was mine. What an amazing day. Yeah, take care.
That kid must come from some serious money. Plus, he's at the top of the class. Where's the justice?
Transferring still holding. Location Destination reached. Drop me in and defend our position.
Hey, welcome home, Mr. Toho.
Damn, Elle! I've never been so humiliated in my life!
Hey, why don't you just do the Shinigami eye deal? Then you should have no problem killing him, right?
And what good will Shinigami eyes do me if this is just a trap? If I kill him and it turns out he's not really Elle, that would be like announcing to the real Elle that I am Kira. Don't think that Shinigami killing people and humans killing people are the same thing, because they're not. I want nothing more than to kill them. Dude, it's like asking to get caught. Unfortunately, the Death Note can only kill the person whose name is written in it. So it's not like I can arrange for someone else to kill him. It's inconvenient. That's the flaw with the Death Note.
Light is usually
At first, I thought once I found out his name, I'd have him die in an accident or kill himself. However, none of that will do me any good unless I know with 100% certainty that this guy is L. No, it's already too late to do anything about it since he's approached me and introduced himself as L. It doesn't matter how sure I am. Regardless of the cause of death, if L dies now, the police are going to suspect me. I underestimated him. I never even considered the possibility that he would reveal his identity to me on purpose. Could be telling all the suspects the same thing. In fact, it doesn't even have to be him. He could have sent a double instead. For hell, this strategy acts as a solid defense and it allows him to confront Kira directly. Defend and attack. It's a good move. Sure, see the last one. We'll keep trying to move in on him, playing absolute genius. We'll pretend nothing's going on.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
This is perfect. There's no reason for me to be worried. After all, this is proof that they don't have anything on me yet. So this whole thing is nothing more than a contest between Elle and me. A match of wits. On the surface, we'll be two friendly classmates, but in reality, we'll actually be investigating each other. This is interesting, Ryuga. If it's my friendship you want, I'll gladly accept it. In time, I'll earn your trust. And once you've told me what I want to know, there'll be no point keeping you alive. With my hands if I have to. I don't see any way that Ryuga and L can both buy this stage, so I have to assume he has some other goal in mind. Either way, I'm not going to let him win.
Well, since it's our first match, why don't we just play a single set? First one to 6? That's fine by me.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
This is just a friendly game of tennis, nothing more. But some of the games are cute. 15 love.
You sure don't mess around.
He who strikes first wins.
What do you mean you're not at liberty to say? I'm very sorry, sir. We're under orders from L not to discuss the case with anyone, including you. I'm not asking for details here, just what you're doing and where. I'm very sorry, sir. It's been 4 months since this case happened. And L is incompetent. With all due respect, sir. The rest of the department runs away with their tails between their legs, and we're incompetent? Do you have any idea how many people are left at Task Force headquarters these days? If you're concerned with public opinion, then you'll want to suppress the fact that most of our detectives would rather let a serial killer roam free than risk their lives. What about this L character? Can he be trusted? In my opinion, he's more capable than we are. Right now, even as we speak, he's risking his life.
Are these two really amateurs? Who are they anyway?
I think their names are like Yagami and Hideki. These are the same two guys who struck Griffith in the
If I go for the win, I suppose I could just win on purpose. But if I do, it could work against me. Since he'd expect Kira to want to win, he might also expect me to throw the match to avoid suspicion. I don't see any way that he could profile me based on a tennis match. So, I have to assume he has some other goal in mind. I'm not going to let him...
He's going for the win.
That's War Games all. Like Yagami, sir.
Just like that, we've got an unknown judge.
I can't believe this. I thought I'd heard the name like somewhere before, so I checked. He was the 0203 junior high tennis champion. Apparently, during the award ceremony, he announced he was hanging up his racket. I guess he hasn't played with us since.
Hey, what about my Ryuga? Don't tell me you haven't noticed that my hands on former junior high champion.
I can see the wheels turning like I'm already in your head.
There's no way this tennis match will deepen our relationship. This is a poker and elaborate tactics so we can stay closer.
Tennis with you. You'll assume that I'm going to take a step closer, laying the groundwork to get to know you better.
And then you're going to try and trap me by getting me to say something I only Kira would know.
However, I'm sure you'll tell me you need to know if you can trust me first. And of course, the only way to win your trust will be to share what I know about Kira.
If you want me to discuss Kira with you, it only makes sense that I want to ask for proof that you are in charge of the investigation. And more importantly, that you are really L as you say you are.
So it goes without saying that the first thing you're going to want from me is...
some kind of confirmation from a third party that you really are L. Which means...
you'll have to go to Task Force headquarters.
In all things, one cannot win with defense alone. To win, you must attack!
Game and set! Won by Light Yagami! 6 games to 4!
Just as I expected, you beat me.
It's been a while since I had to try that hard. I'm feeling kind of thirsty. I need to ask you. Can you get something for a drink?
You humored me with the tennis match. The least I can do is answer some of your questions. Before this conversation goes any further, there's something I must tell you.
What's that?
I suspect that you like you. Now, nothing more than to have you work with me.
1%. That's my word. Grounds to prevent me from preemptive move. God.
You see, if I were to sit normally, my deductive skills would immediately be reduced by roughly 40%. So, what was it you wanted to ask me?
I'm sure that can wait until you're convinced that I'm not kidding. So please, let's talk about whatever you want.
You're under no obligation to do this. Would you mind submitting yourself to your deductive reasoning skills?
Sure, why not?
Photographs of clean notes written by President. This information is mine. You can take as long as you want.
There's a print number on the back of each of these photographs. I'm still able to come up with the phrase, gods of death with apples. What does that mean? Clearly, if I read it the way Kira intended on my first attempt, it will only look more suspicious. But the fact that I'm able to solve this silly code isn't enough on its own to prove that I'm Kira. It would be quite amazing to learn not only can Kira kill others, but could also control his victims' actions. I think Kira wrote these, and it seems he's encoded a message for you as well, almost as if he's mocking you. If you line these notes up side by side and take a look at the first letter of every line, it reveals a message. Rearranging it. This gives you L, do you know? Gods of death love apples. But there are obvious print numbers on the back of all these photographs. Arrange it in that order. L, do you know? Love apples, gods of death. That doesn't sound right. And based on that, it's hard to believe that Kiddo would have wanted you to read it this way.
That's incorrect. The thing is, there were actually 4 photographs. When we add this one, it reads, L, do you know? Gods of death who love apples have red hands.
It's a fake. I never made any criminal write the letter in this 4th picture. Is he stupid? But seeing as I only had 3 photographs to work with, my deduction was perfect.
No, it wasn't. The truth is, there were 4 of them. If you'd figured that out, it would have been perfect. Even though you knew the message was incomplete, you decided that there were only 3 notes. You never even considered that there might be a 4th. What do you make of that?
Damn him. This wasn't just about gauging my deductive reasoning skills. He wanted to see what my reaction would be. If I keep falling for his tricks, I'll be playing right into his hands. Well, you got me there. I didn't think of that. In any case, the likelihood this message will lead you to Kira is not very great. Besides, we all know gods of death don't exist.
If you were me, faced with someone who might be Kira, how would you go about establishing this person's innocence or guilt? You'd need to be absolutely sure.
I would probably try to get him to say something that was never made public in any way. Something that only Kira could know.
That was like a million
like
shield.
what you were doing just now.
5,000.
Amazing. What's incredible is that I've asked countless detectives that same question, and it took most of them minutes to even come up with an answer.
Damn, I don't play with Hildren, man.
You immediately thought of a scenario and
What's that? Lemon juice.
You'll make a
lemon dice is Hero Prime.
But it's a bit of a double-edged sword. The more impressive my answers, the more suspect I become.
Yes, it's about 3%. It's made me that much more determined to work with you in this investigation. You see, I'm in a position where even if you
when this gold explodes, you want to benefit every day.
to have you working alongside us.
Sick.
If I cooperate, there's a chance I can help the investigation to move forward.
Damn, that's cool.
And if I'm
Combustion
Kira, I
beam.
might reveal myself.
How rare is it?
In other words, whether I'm Kira or not, you stand to gain either way. It's a very smart move on your part. but I think you might be getting the wrong idea. It's true that I do have an interest in the Kira case, and yes, detective work is a hobby of mine. But I know that I'm not Kira, and I certainly don't want to be killed by him. Besides, what proof have you been able to give me that you yourself are Kira? I mean, it hardly seems fair for just one of us to be investigated, wouldn't you say? At this point, neither of us can prove that we're not Kira. However, if you are in fact L, I don't imagine it would be that hard for you to prove it to me. I think I'd be convinced if, say, my father or someone else from the task force headquarters was able to confirm your identity. If you can't do that, then I'm afraid I just won't be able to help you.
Stay focused. There's a
You
heavy
sure talk a lot, don't you, Light? Typical for someone who hates losing. Jump up 70%. I don't remember saying you couldn't meet anyone from Task Force headquarters to verify my identity. I am currently working alongside your father, as well as several other senior detectives from the NBA. Now, if I understand you correctly, and I take you to Task Force headquarters, you'll help us with the investigation. Am I safe in making this assumption?
You're still in the clear.
Is this guy
No detection of enemy
I
sensors.
don't understand. What's he thinking?
Excuse me.
Light, it's your... My father. He's had a heart attack.
Oh, have you come to make a donation to my new enterprise? Please report to my lab with instruction. Oh, if it's your friends you're looking for.
So the doctors think stress was the only cause?
Yeah. To be honest, I thought it was Kira when I first collected
I've been looking up
Indeed, you must have added to your stress knowing that Light is a suspect in this investigation.
You actually told my father that?
It's true, he even knows what I know.
You are false.
That's correct. His name is L. Detectives
The very same man who's been controlling the police up to this point. If I get rid of him and the rest of the investigative team, no. It wouldn't be that simple. No need to rush.
Stay focused.
Time to sit back and watch.
Miyazaki, now that you've had the chance to talk to my son, is Kira was a suspect?
When I say I suspect him, you should know it's very minor. We've gone over this, but I'll explain it again. Not long ago, Kira killed 12 FBI agents who'd come to Japan to assist us. They were instructed to follow people connected to the Japanese police. One of these agents, Bender, exhibited unusual behavior for the night.
I understand. And I was one of the people Ray Penrose was investigating before he died. It only makes sense that he was suspect. To be more precise, there's no one else he could suspect.
I find Light's deductive powers quite impressive. He's always quick and to the point.
I'd like to help with the investigation. My father has erased any doubts I might have had regarding your true identity. Also, I'd like nothing more than to catch Kira so I can prove once and for all that I'm not him.
No, Light. This is a time in your life when you should be studying to become a police officer. It won't be too late to join us once you are done.
Come on, Dad, what are you talking about? Who knows how many years that'll take? Besides, don't you remember my promise?
Alright, time to go.
That if something
Damn it,
ever
had
happened to you,
credits in a little bit of
I
time.
would find Kira and make sure he gets executed.
You know what? Let's start building a bunch of
to believe that my son
weapons here in the foundry.
This doesn't seem like an act to me. Or if it is, it's too cheesy.
Light, listen to me. Kira is pure evil. We can all agree on that. But recently I've started thinking of this whole situation in a different way. What is truly evil is the power to kill people. And any person who has come to possess this kind of power is cursed. No matter how you use it, no true happiness can be obtained like that. Not by killing other people.
I think you're absolutely right. If Kira is just a normal person who somehow obtained this awful power, I would say that he's cursed.
Ryuzaki, I'm sorry for all this trouble, but I'll be back at work as soon as the doctors let me out of here.
Excuse me. Visiting hours were over 10 minutes ago.
Ryuga, what would it take to get you to believe that I'm not Kira? Please, isn't there something?
If you aren't Kira, it won't be necessary.
Alright,
Things
let's
run
make
their
the
course and the truth will be revealed.
I can't take this anymore. Put yourself in my position. How do you think it feels to be accused of being Kira?
Cortec.
It was one of the worst feelings ever.
What if you were to lock me up for a month in a place with no TV or any other kind of access to the outside world and keep a constant watch over me?
Stuff I need field
Would any normal person be willing to go to such extreme measures to clear their name? That's no good. I can't do anything that would deprive you of basic human rights. And furthermore, it's complete nonsense for the investigator to take suggestions from his suspect.
I understand.
Alright, I'm on this right here. Let me see.
Be patient. It'll become apparent to us if you're not Kira.
Blah, blah, blah. Damn,
Listening to that conversation
I'm gonna have
between
some
you and your father,
next weekend. I'll be able to play with them. Necromech.
Not be him.
Jeez Louise.
Please take
Okay.
good care of Mr. Yagami.
Oh, one more thing. I know I agreed to help with the investigation, but I don't think I'll be able to
Alright.
do much until my father is healthy.
Alright, bye bye.
Yes, of course. Well then.